We're live from Chevy Chase.
Grab that second cup of coffee because now it's time for our morning chat, and today we're celebrating bourbon with historical roots. Kentucky Senator Bourbon is a vintage brand that's being brought back to life by business partners and dads, Andre Regard and former Senate Majority Leader Damon Thayer. And we welcome Damon Thayer to the show. Hi.
Thanks. Good morning, ladies. It's great to be back. Thanks for having me.
We love having you.
We do, and not just because you bring bourbon, although that is primarily the reason.
It does sort of open a lot of doors, and I prefer to talk in politics. I'd rather talk bourbon and horses.
Yeah, that's right, because you have now retired from the Senate, and you're enjoying yourself and working very hard at promoting Kentucky's native spirit bourbon through Kentucky Senator Bourbon. So talk to us about the brand and how it came to be.
Well, it's an old lapsed brand that I discovered around 2018, and I had this idea about bringing the brand back, reviving it, and doing each release after a U.S. Senator from Kentucky. And we've got 66 of them.
Wow.
So we can do this. We can do this for a long time.
Yeah.
So as I said, each release is named for a U.S. Senator from Kentucky. All of our bourbon is bottled at 107 proof. The minimum aging on Kentucky Senator Bourbon is 6 years because that's the length of a U.S. Senate term.
Love it.
I love that.
Love it.
And in Kentucky history, there are a lot of one-termers.
Yeah.
Obscure one-termers. So they're going to get the 6-year bourbons, but a lot of our bourbon has been aged longer than that. We're a non-distiller producer. We don't own our own distillery. So we source bourbon, and we're now doing contract distilling where we sit down like with the distilling team at Castle and Key, and we work out a mash bill that's specific to our brand, and they distill it for us, and they age it. We've got several hundred barrels aging right now at Castle and Key, Bluegrass Distillers, Whiskey Thief, and Potter Janes. So we're spreading the love.
You have great taste because I love your bourbon, and you brought something for us to sample today. Tell us what we have here.
I did. This is our new release. This is our 6th release. It is 7.5 years old. It's named for Kentucky's second U.S. Senator, John Edwards, not the guy from North Carolina.
No, different guy.
This is the OG John Edwards from Bourbon County.
Wow.
He's actually buried in the Paris Cemetery, and there's a historical marker about him out in Paris. So it's 75% rye, 21% corn, 4% malted barley. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It is.
I love the fact that we're drinking bourbon on your 9 o'clock show.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's the breakfast of champions.
Now, you also have got a great distinction lately. You were just inducted into the Bourbon Hall of Fame. So what does that mean to you?
Well, it's really quite an honor for a guy like me. I never dreamt I'd be in the Hall of anything. Yeah. But you know, when I was in the Senate, I worked very hard to remove artificial barriers to free enterprise, and they totaled it up, and I passed like helped pass 20 different bills into law that helped unleash the Kentucky bourbon industry. And in my first year of eligibility, I was selected by the Kentucky Distillers Association, and I'll be inducted on my birthday, September 16th, into the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. So
congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's a real honor. And you know, I'm just a kid from northern Michigan who moved to Kentucky in 1992 to work in the horse industry, which I still do. That's my other business. But started this bourbon business and to be inducted into the Hall of Fame with a guy like Chris Morris, an absolute legend from Woodford Reserve. It's a real honor. It really hasn't set in yet.
Well, you've got some time to let it marinate.
Yeah, between now and September.
It's the best retirement job ever.
Yes.
And congratulations.
Cheers to you.
Thank you.
We're going to have all the information for Kentucky Senator Bourbon on the screen.